Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. I'm Mike, an American living in London who likes to run. A quick bit of background, I've been running significantly for about 3 years, and in 2024 year to date, I've been averaging about 50 to 60 miles a week. So that's roughly the fitness I'm bringing into this training. Currently I'm training for the Thames Path 100K. It's in 8 to 9 weeks. It's my first official ultra actually, and it's 100K from Bishop's Park in Fulham to Henley-on-Thames. It's almost completely flat, so some of the other ultra strategies I've seen online with people walking hills didn't seem like they would work. So I've been using online calculators to determine my pace with various run-walk strategies and increments. So for this training run, I wanted to do a marathon, potentially up to 50K, and I did a marathon on trails last week. So this week I thought I would go right through the heart of London instead for a bit of a change of a pace. I don't recommend the route, though, on a regular basis. It's a fun route from time to time, but there can be a lot of people out there. So I went with 20 minutes running, 3 minutes walking for 8 increments, and then switched to 14 minutes and 3. This was based on almost nothing other than breaking into bite-sized chunks and the psychological benefit of knowing I would be shortening it to 14 minutes after about 3 hours. So enjoy.
I am about 3 miles in my second 20-minute interval, holding about 9:05 pace, which feels good and slow, but we'll see. Check in, it's 10K or so. All right, 8.57 miles in, average pace 9:42. Trying to keep the lap pace is about 9:15 when I'm running, and then walk at about 17 pace. But yeah, check it later. There we are, Tourist Central. Let's see how fast I can run through this section, but up to Waterloo Bridge. Alright, heart rate still 142. Tate Modern. The Globe. I'm about 12 miles in. Average pace about 9:50. Got a little slow running through such a tourist area, but we will see if it speeds up at all once I get up. But I missed Waterloo, and I ran all the way to Tower Bridge by accident. So I guess I get to cover Tower Bridge, but I can't imagine this is going to make the route much faster. Let's see. Well, this might take a while to get across. Well, it is getting crowded, and killing overall pace, but I'm just gonna have to skip some of my walking time to make up for it. Shouldn't be too bad. I can still kind of move it 9.5, 10-minute pace, but certainly difficult through here. 16 and a half miles in. I'm still sub 10. It's been very crowded. I'm excited for some non-crowded miles coming up. Here we go. Whew. My lap paces are definitely getting slower. I don't seem to care a ton though. So we'll see how this goes. Alright, made it to Kensington Palace. Right over it. About 19 and a half miles in. I'd say my legs are 5, 6 out of 10 still. The inside of my left foot is hurting a tiny bit. My left knee pain has kind of gone away. I've managed to eat a sandwich, a few bites left, and I have a second bar just finished, and just refilled my water. So overall pace is like 9:59. So I think I can try to keep it just around 10. And we'll see if I do 26 and call it a day or keep going. Alright, I'm 24.7 miles in. My average pace is now 10:07. Trying to keep a walking 17-minute pace, but yeah, I'm in the middle of the south side of Hyde Park now. I'm feeling pretty good, so I think I'm gonna keep going through to a full 50K. My feet hurt a little. My legs are certainly tired, but honestly, when I need to turn it up to 8.5 minute pace, I can still do that. So I'm excited to see how the last 5-6 miles will go, especially when I have to get out of this park and head back through proper streets in Kensington and stuff. But going well.
So I didn't record any more check-ins, so I thought I would walk you through the last 6-7 miles. I finished running up through Hyde Park because I wanted to hit at least 27 miles before I left the park to head back to Fulham. I came through the marathon distance in a little over 4:25. My nutrition was still good at that point. Stomach felt good and not hungry. Once I left the park at about 27.5 miles, I started making my way through Kensington, and around 28, 29 miles, I started feeling pretty weak. I did have one last gel that I took, but I think I took it a little late in the game and I didn't feel too much from it. Around 30 miles, I was ready to be done as I made my way past Brompton Cemetery. I actually shortened one of my last walking breaks though, thinking I could just grind through it and it'll save me a couple minutes. I made it back to Fulham with a couple little turns, needed to get to my 50K, and came through 50K in 5:16:57. So looking at my overall splits, I'm pretty happy with how little my overall pace dropped off. I was more or less consistent after a few slightly faster miles at the beginning. I was surprised that 9:15 miles just weren't happening at my easy pace further on in the run. I typically run easy at about 8:45, 8:50. So the fact that it slowed down that much was surprising. I'll need to factor that into the average pace I'm expecting. But I was happy with my heart rate. I have a max heart rate of 201. So I ran 10% in zone 1 and 90% in zone 2 for the course of this run, with an average of 143. So that's about 71% of my max heart rate. I think that made it much more sustainable as long as I have fuel and strong legs. Just hoping it's not too hot on race day because that'll throw my heart rate way off. Anyway, thanks for watching, and 8 weeks until the Thames Path 100.